Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm gonna be doing my makeup, getting ready. I'm gonna share with you guys a few things that happened when my consciousness shifted. I wrote down a couple of things here. So one of the things that happened to me was I started to view the world differently. When we first come here, we pretty much believe everything we saw, we heard, basically sucked into it. Like, you didn't just come here and believed everything on your own. Things that you were taught by your parents, school teachers, your grandparents, your pastor if you grew up in church. When I started to shift consciousness, I realized that a lot of the things that I was taught was totally false, and that was mind-blowing and very shocking to me. I just started to just really see things for what it truly is, and I learned a lot of this stuff just by researching, spending a lot of time on YouTube. It was sucking me in because it was just like a new world in my mind. This world, I came to realize, is about a lot of greed. It's about money. It's just sad, but that's just the reality of it. We are just backwards in everything, and that really just opened up my eyes to a lot of things. It's just a lot of information, new information that you have to take in, and it could get really overwhelming. I am not even gonna sit there and act like it didn't, because it really did, and I mean it still does, because I'm constantly learning. I do believe that we were put here as very simple beings. Everything is all a gimmick, it's all a joke, it's all to control people's minds, to keep them from not knowing the truth. This world, I won't even say this country because this is everywhere. This world, the government in particular, I call them Babylon. I talk about them all the time on my Snapchat. The Rasta community refers to Babylon a lot as the government system. You know how they try to manipulate your mind by telling you bullshit, telling you lies. I just don't see things like I once did, and I'm just so grateful because I feel like I now have a mind of my own. Okay, so the second thing is I became more aware of things I put into my body. I definitely am more aware of what I'm feeding myself. I also ran across this video that also opened my mind, and it was pretty much saying something like, food is medicine. Wait till you get a sickness to start eating healthy, because the vegetables and the fruits were all put here for a reason. These stuff are things from God, and they are filled with nourishment, vitamins, minerals, nutrients, all that good stuff that our body needs to fuel. And after I watched that video, I was like, you know what, I love that. Like, it resonated with me so much. And then I kind of made the decision that I need to, you know, be watching what I'm putting into my body. And eating meat and stuff like that wasn't making me feel good anymore. I remember I had stew pork, and I loved stew pork so much. And I had this stew pork, and I legit had the freaking itis as soon as I was finished eating it. And that really just, you know, opened my eyes too. I started to pay attention to the way I was feeling when I was eating these foods, and I just became more conscious all around of every single thing. I just believe that our mind, body, our spirit, everything is connected, it's intertwined, and it's just like, if you don't feel good, you're not going to do your best. So why eat foods that are going to keep you at low vibration, and eat foods that are going to make you feel slouchish and not going to make you feel like you have energy to take on the day and to get what you need to do done? You know what I'm saying? So I started just to be a lot more health conscious and things that I am putting into my body. Okay, so the next one is choosing my thoughts carefully and controlling my attitude and my emotions. I came to realize that what you think about, you bring about. The more that you think certain thought patterns, is the more that you're going to generate certain thoughts. So if you keep on saying and repeating negative things, or it's going to generate more thoughts basically that are like that. Your reality is going to project that, and it's up to you what kind of reality you want to have. You know, if you keep on thinking about the same things, you're eventually going to generate some kind of feelings behind it, and that feelings is what's really going to shape your reality, because the thoughts plus the feelings is manifestation, right? I have to tell you guys about this one because this happened to me the other day and I caught it. Okay, when I say caught it, I caught it. Like, I was paying close attention to it. So I wasn't really feeling my best, which is okay. We have those days, and it's all about acknowledging the way that you feel and moving forward. So I got out of bed and I just wasn't feeling it good. I wasn't feeling it at all. I had this weird morning and I was getting on the train, and it's crazy because my attitude and my emotions were so negative. And when I got on the train, first of all, like, I had an attitude, a not so good attitude. There was this guy, he was standing in the middle of the, you know, like the walkway. So I didn't say anything to him. I didn't say excuse me or anything like that. I wasn't close to him yet, but still, you know, in my mind at the time, I'm like, well, you see me walking that way, the train's about to leave, sit down, you know, like that was my whole attitude. Like, my attitude was just like, have a seat, even though I never said that, but I was just like, have a seat, you know, because you see me walking, and I remember I'm not having a good day at all, so I'm not thinking positive, and this is what I was just thinking in my mind. And when I crossed over to the other car, I heard him underneath his tongue, and he said something, he said something, and it wasn't so nice. And then I think I replied back something not so nice as well, because I'm having a not so good start to my morning. And then I said something back to him, but I kept going. Like, I didn't stop, you know, like I said it underneath my tongue. Well, no, I said it out loud. I said it out loud, and then like I just kept going to the other car. Basically, I'm like, well, you see me walking, you could have got out the way, you know, like, because really and truly, he did see me. Like, why are you standing there? You know, like, have a seat. But anyways, so yeah, so that happened, and I caught it. I'm like, wow. I knew what it was, and I was just like, oh my gosh. That energy and that attitude that I was carrying around with me caused this to happen. I brought this upon myself. And there was times that when I wasn't so conscious that I realized that I brought around certain situations like that as well. And it didn't really end too well. I'm pretty sure a lot of you could relate. You're having a bad day, and then you realize that something else, you know, you get into an argument with somebody on the train, or you start to get loud. Maybe you're driving, and then you start to, you know, get road rage, and you start getting upset at people on the road, or you get a phone call and then you start spazzing out on the phone. That's all because of the attitude that you're carrying around. So you just have to become aware of that. You are creating circumstances based on your feelings and your thoughts. Come up with a solution to whatever you're feeling. If you're not having a great day, come up with a solution, because there is always a solution to any problem. Acknowledge the problem, and 9 times out of 10 it's nothing to carry around. Trust me when I tell you, it's totally meaningless. Take a second, take a breather, and let whatever is bothering you go. The next one is, I became more intuitive. This was a little scary at first. Intuition is that deep gut feeling that you have about anything. Could be people, circumstances. You could basically have like psychic abilities. You could pretty much see things happening before they actually happen. And like I said, it was a little scary at first, but you start to realize that you were gifted all along. A lot of people go against, let's just say women, for example. Let's just use women for example. A lot of women go against their inner feelings. Like, that is such a gift from God that we all have, and we have that intuition of knowing. We are so much more guided that we actually think or we believe or we know we are. A lot of women go against their gut feeling. How many times have you thought that someone wasn't good for you, a guy wasn't good for you, and you still go against that feeling? That is all that it is. It's not rocket science, guys. It's not. That is what it is. It's there to help you. It's there to guide you. But if you keep on going against it, you just set yourself up to get hurt. We have these senses. We have this psychic ability within us, that gut feeling that tells us when something is not right, and that definitely heightened as soon as I shifted consciousness. Next one is focusing more on things that feed my soul and not my ego. This happened just the other day too. I'll give you an example. Someone asked me for something. I wasn't going to do it. And that was only because I was trying to fill my ego. Something that I think would have made me feel better temporarily having that feeling of I got you, or you can't play me, you know, like that whole attitude when you're trying to feel like you're getting somebody back. Ended up giving the person that because I caught myself. I was just like, you know what, no, that is my ego trying to get the best of me, and I'm trying to just starve it. I'm so glad that my soul came out on top because I felt so much better. I love doing good because I'm a firm believer if what you put out is what you get back. And it's not like doing it on purpose, you know. It's not like, well, doing it for something back. It's doing it from the heart. So the next thing is wanting to spend more time in nature. All of a sudden now, like, I just want to spend more time in nature. It's one of the reasons why I do want to move out of New York as well, especially in the winter time. I don't know how the heck I survived here for so long, but the more that I think about it is the more crazy it gets, because I'm like, in the winter time, like, you're so sheltered. There's really not much outside things to do, because I mean, there is things to do always, but it's like you're not going to want to do certain things because it's so cold. Like, who wants to be outside in freezing weather where your hands is freeze off from frostbites, or like, it's uncomfortable. So that's the reason why I do want to move out of New York, is because I need to spend more time outside. Summertime, I have plans on going to Central Park and just hanging out by myself with my journal, with my book, with some fruits, with some salad, you know, and just chilling on the grass and just soaking up sun, you know, getting my vitamin D. We tend to forget that the trees serve a purpose. When you start to realize these things, you realize that you have more of a connection that you ever thought. And, you know, just like connect with all things Sod, you know. The next one is loving life and my existence. Not to say that I didn't love life, but I love it even more now because life just appears more beautiful to me, especially knowing how wonderfully we were created. I don't just love the good, I love the bad as well, because the bad, I wouldn't even say the bad, I love the lessons about life, because if it wasn't for the lessons, we won't be able to grow. A lot of people just want everything to go right, but that is not how it was designed to be. If it wasn't for, and I think people realize that, like, after they go through it, they're like, dang, like, this is so true. Like, you know, when you go through something bad and you think that you couldn't make it, it made you stronger. Without going through that, you would have never known your strength. You would have never knew you had that. You know, so that is the beauty of life. I'm just super obsessed with life. I am just show gratitude every second of the day. Life is just amazing, man. The whole experience is just amazing. And the next thing is, I feel like I no longer fit in. And this started a little bit early on, and I took notice to that, and I was just like, what the heck? was at a different vibration, you know what I'm saying? A whole different frequency I was on. Like, I started to not loving to go out anymore. Places that I used to love, I no longer wanted to go, which was mostly the damn bar. Every time I went, like, things would happen. Like, people would say certain things, and or like, I remember like this one guy, like, he said something before, and then like, how am I drinking, right? I'm drinking and I'm still conscious about the people in my environment. That was just like crazy to me, because I'm just like, I'm taking note to, you know, things that he was saying to me, and I was just like, this is not for me. Like, I don't belong here. Like, I started looking at people, like, I started looking at as from an energy field perspective, not just from flesh anymore. Like, I don't know, like, just from like the way certain people would act, certain things, conversations that they would have. I just felt like I didn't fit in anymore. I just knew that I was elevating to a higher consciousness, and that is just what happened, you know. And as far as even not only just going out, but I've talked about, you know, moving, because that has also made an impact on me. I just don't want to be in certain environments anymore. I don't want to be around certain kind of the thought process of certain people. They don't think of things in abundance. They think of things still on that lack perspective, and lack is what keeps us mediocre and average, and it keeps us from really achieving and being our higher self. Where you're going, the old life can't come with you, you know. So in order to see different things and to experience a whole different reality, these things are bound to happen. And the last is, I became more free. Allow what comes to come and what goes to go. My motto is flowing in life. I learned to detach myself from any and everything, because I see life for truly what it is, and life is very simple, and in one word, it's temporary. We are not here. We are not here forever, and some people are not in your life forever neither. So I learned to accept that, and I learned to have like a detaching kind of vibe now. Like, I'm grateful, don't get me wrong, like when God, you know, brings certain people into my life, I'm so grateful, and I show my gratitude and I express my gratitude. However, when it's time for them to leave, then I also acknowledge that as well, you know, and I'm show gratitude just the same way. Thank you, God, you know, appreciate you sending them my way, for serving me in this time, because it taught me a lesson. Remember, it's all about lessons in life. So that person taught me something or whatever it is, and thank you for allowing them to leave. Like, I always do that. That put me at so much peace, because I don't create ruckus in my life, you know, by trying to stir up emotions or feelings, or trying to hold on to something that is not meant. That is how I'm able to just be free and live. Just live, because I'm allowing what comes to serve me at the moment, and what goes because it's time to go. My advice, if you find yourself going through, you know, a little shift or an awakening, whatever it is, my advice is to just be patient and, you know, just enjoy the journey, because that's just what it is. It's a journey. And, you know, just pay attention to your feelings. Don't go against your feelings, and do a lot of research. All right, y'all, so that is it for the video. Makeup is all done, and yeah, I'm loving it. It's pretty much my everyday beat now, so yeah, get used to it. You probably see this makeup like over and over, because I I love it. I love it. I hope you guys enjoy this video and you know you learned a few things. Now know that you are the creator of your life, and once you understand and you grasp that concept and you don't let anything distract you, then you'll start to really see a difference in your reality, and you really start to see the beauty of, you know, what life has to offer you. Anyways, I'm gonna get going. I'll see y'all again in the next one. Bye.